So basically what this zone means is you can kind of count on them like a support and resistance level, kinda. Because if you look at the charts, you can see that most of the times price respect this 38.2%, price pushes and pullbacks, do something like this, respects 38.2%, and then continue with its own trend. If 38.2% breaks, price goes and go to 50%, which also act as level of support, retest, reject this 50% and continue its own trends. Same with the 61.8%. If the trend is getting weaker, price can pull back either 61.8%, 78.6%, or 88.6%, and still continue its own trend, like this. But what you can see, not what you can see, but what you will see is that when price pulls back 38.2%, you will see kinda most likely the immediate shot to new highs. If price pull back around 50%, you can see maybe some little range and then price goes to new highs. But if price pull back more than 50%, let's say 61.8, 78.6, price most likely not gonna just go straight to new highs. Price will most likely do something like this: high low, and then broke structure. Deeper the pullback, the more time will get for price to break its own highs, to break structure. Because let's say price is gonna pull back 100%, and then we want this trends to still be valid, price will do something like this. It will take a long time to get to structure break, But if it's only like 38.2% or 50%, it will take let's say this is a H4 time frame. It will take this, and this will be let's say 2 days to broke its own highs. Let's say 61.8, 78.6 will be 4 days to break its own highs, and 88.6 and 100% will be, let's say, 1 week to break its own highs. So based on a type of pullback, if it's like small or a steep, you can count the time of the push. How I draw the Fibonacci is from the lower high to higher high on the uptrend, and from lower high to the lower low on the downtrend. So let's say we got price doing this, I will draw Fibonacci like this, from the lower high to the higher high. Then I will draw it again from the higher high low to the higher high, again from the higher low to the higher high, from the higher high low to the higher high. Then we can see price broke structure. So what I do, I'm no longer using the bullish fips, I'm using the bearish fips, which means from the lower high or high to the lower low. And again, from the lower high to the lower low. Another thing is, what I want to see at least is for price to pull back at least to the 38.2%, which is the first like support level. Because let's say if price goes up and give me pullback only, let's say 20%, and then goes up again, this pullback is not significant enough for me. I don't count this as a structure point, because what you will see, which happens lot of times, is price to give me this 20% pullback, then break structure, but this is not a structure point, and then go to the 38.2%. So in this case, you will adjust the Fips to here, and some people, because they don't know how to use the Fips, will think like this is the break of structure, but this is not the break of structure. This is just a invalid higher low point in this bullish push, because we want to see pullback at least to the 38.2%. Anything lower is not valid, and it is not count as a high low point or lower high point in a downtrend. Because let's say people think this is a break of structure, so they will be looking to sell now, and me, I'm still looking to buy. So you will see price will do something like this. So as you can see, we are in a downtrend. So how am I drawing it? From the lower high to the lower low. As you can see, price create a low right here, but we didn't tap the 38.2%, which means this lower high is not valid, is not count as a structure point. So what I'm doing, I'm adjusting the Fips lower, and I want to see at least pullback to the 38.2%, which will be the first level of resistance for me in this exact time. So let's see. Okay, it looks like price broke structure again, but this is not a lower high point, this is not a lower high point. So what I'm doing, I'm again adjusting the Fips, and the one I want to see pullback at least 38.2%. Yes, and we got pullback to the 38.2%. And as I said, some of the people will think we broke structure right here, but as I said, because we didn't pull back at least 38.2% here, this we cannot count it as a new structure point. So for me, this is now a new structure point, new lower high in this example. So I want to sell, so let's say I took sell here. Let's see what happens. And price goes to its low and broke structure. Right now, as we know, this is a new lower high point. So what I'm doing, when price broke structure, I'm adjusting the Fips from new lower high, and I'm waiting for new lower low to be formed for me to draw the Fips. This looks like we could see a new lower low point being made. But I want to see at least 38.2% pullback, at least. Okay, so if price breaks this, it doesn't mean price broke structure. Why? Because we didn't pull back 38.2%, we pulled back around 20%. So this is a not valid structure point. Let's see. Yes, and as you can see, we pull back around 38.2%. People will think this is a break of structure and they will start look for buys. But for me, I know wallet lower high point is only this right now because we tapped the 38.2%. So for me, is ideal time to sell. Let's see what happens. And yeah, price just go and touch its own lows. So guys, as you can see, it's really important to know when your structure point is valid or not, because here people will think this is a break of structure because they are not using Fibs correctly, and they will be looking for buys and they will lose. Same example here. People will think this is a break of structure, but it wasn't 38.2% pullback, it was like 20%. So the people who are using the Fibs correctly will know this is a new lower high point, and they will take advantage of it and sell this market and make profits all the way down.